Hello there. Welcome to the How to Market Your Horse Business podcast. So glad you're joining me here today. As you likely know by now, my name is Denise Alvarez. And before we jump into today's episode, I will quickly introduce myself and give you a bit more information than just my name in case for new friends. And then we will dive right in. And I promise it is brief. So as I said, my name is Denise, and through my business, Storm Lily Marketing, I get to help dream-chasing entrepreneurs in the horse world like yourself to build and grow a sustainable business without burning out. Now, I do that as an equine business coach through one-on-one coaching, as well as some education online and this podcast, of course. And all that I do, you guys, is to help you as an entrepreneur to be out in the barn or the arena or behind the camera lens, behind the computer screen, outside, wherever it is you're serving the industry. My heart is to help you do more of that because I know that so many of you started your business from a place of passion and you want to do the things you love to do for the long term. Yet, marketing and business are a required part of that process. And so I'm here to help you through that. Now, today we're doing that by way of actually talking about business coaching specifically. And the reason is I know that coaching is an investment in yourself, an investment in your business. And it's not just a financial investment, it's an emotional investment. Let me tell you, self-growth, self-development will happen in the coaching process, but also your time, your energy. There's so many pieces that you are investing when you make the decision to work with a coach or to join a coaching program. So we could be talking about one-on-one or group. I've done group programs as well. And so what I want you to hear today is not just from somebody who happens to sell coaching, which I do, and I would love to talk to you about that. But what I want you to hear also is from somebody, me, who has also invested in myself and in coaching programs through the years. And so I know that not every program is built the same, and not every coach is a right fit for every business owner. I know that. I have experienced it. As I said, I've invested in it because I believe in it. And I know that you guys are here because you have either done it yourself as well or you're considering it. So, what I'd love to share with you today are 4 questions that we can ask ourselves to help us make sure that we are making the right decision for our business at the time. Remembering that that means a lot right there. Your capacity, all of those things matter when you're making this decision. So today, though, the questions I'm sharing with you are actually questions I want you to be asking about the program or about the coach. And then I have a bonus episode coming up very soon to answer questions in terms of things that you can ask yourself or that you need to know about yourself and about the program specifically. So that'll be in a bonus episode. Okay. So don't get distracted by that, but just know I believe your capacity matters, and I do think that that should be a key component as you're evaluating a program, but there is even more that I want you to pay attention to. Now, as I share these, I'm going to incorporate my answers for you about Take the Reins, which is my one-on-one coaching program, because my heart is to help you also determine if you're looking to hire a business coach and you're here listening to this episode, my guess is that you're considering what does that look like for you, Denise? What are the answers to your questions as it relates to your programs? So what I'm going to do is give you these 4 questions, why I think they're so important, and what I've learned. The reason I'm asking them is probably coming from a place of what I have learned. And then I want to give you the answer to that question specifically for Take the Reins, so you have the information you need to make a decision for right now. Okay. So let's dive in. Before you hire a business coach for your equine business, I want you to ask these 4 questions. Number 1, what problem am I trying to solve with this program or this coach? Now, the reason I'm incorporating the word program and coach into the same question, okay, and this goes for all 4 of these questions, is because especially right now in this online learning environment, I know, because as I said, I've purchased these programs and I've hosted these programs. And oftentimes it's a blend, right, of coaching and education and online learning and communities and groups and things like that. And so I want you to answer these questions as you evaluate all coaching programs, not just if you're hiring a one-on-one coach. Okay. So that's why that is included. Now, so back to the question, what problem am I trying to solve? That's what I want you to consider. And again, you guys, I'm telling you this because I literally was just messaging a fellow equine entrepreneur and I said, I think sometimes I need to ground myself because I am a learner at heart. And so yes, I can have the tendency to chase a shiny object, and not so much because I promise these big outcomes, but really because I'm like, I think learning that could be beneficial and I am a learner. And then what happens is I spend that time and energy learning something that could be helpful, but that time and energy is taking me away from what I said was my core primary goal and purpose for the year or the quarter or whatever the case may be. So I want to have this filter that first says, what problem am I trying to solve when I join this program or hire this coach? And if that's not clear, then I'm not going to jump into it. Now, I also want to bring this question to light because not every coaching program is meant to solve every business challenge. And that's actually a positive thing. Okay. You guys know because you've heard me talk about the importance of specificity in your marketing, right? Talking to a specific problem. So as you evaluate a coaching program, I want you to look at the specific problem that program is solving. Is it focused on a financial problem? Is it focused on systems? Is it focused on managing and growing a team and the HR side of things, right? Is it created for brand new business owners and the problems that you have there, or for someone who's more established? Or is it a problem that applies to all of those phases and stages of business? Or is it specific to marketing like Take the Reins or even inside of marketing, right? We can have a program that is specific to advertising or specific to just Instagram. Okay. What is the specific problem that this program is going to solve for you? That's what I want you to ask. A great coaching program, a great business coach is going to have a clear problem, a clear purpose that they are accomplishing with you. And so I want you to evaluate that. So, of course, the question is, well, Denise, you've talked about Take the Reins. What's the specific problem that you help there with, right? What specific problem are you solving that might be for me? Well, let me answer that for you. Take the Reins was built specifically for equine entrepreneurs who have a business. You're an established business. The age and season may be a bit different, but you have paying clients. It's not just the idea stage, right? And you need a clear marketing strategy because you want to attract more of the right people. And you want to build a business that really takes into consideration your subjective personal definition of success. And that gets you clear, consistent content plan and strategy and a marketing plan and messaging that attracts the people you love to work with. That's who I created Take the Reins for. That's you. That's the person it's created for. You're tired of trying to do it all on your own and ready for a comprehensive strategy. You're open to email marketing. You're open to social media. You're going to have a website of some kind, and we're going to make sure all those things are working together. That's who Take the Reins was created for. It's for that specific marketing piece. And then as you build and grow and we continue to work together, 100% through coaching, I work with clients in their launch process. So they may come in with a marketing problem around a program launch and want to talk about that. Or it may be, growing in an area that's not specific to social media, and maybe it's evaluating advertising. All these different marketing pieces, they fall in the gaps of these things that I just told you. But absolutely, the problem that Take the Reins solves is an unclear marketing strategy, a messy messaging, and we get clarity on that piece. Okay, so that's what we do in Take the Reins, and that's the specific problem that I'm helping you to solve. So, number one, make sure it solves a clear problem. Now, Before I tell you number 2, I want to remind you that these questions will be on my website. So if you can't take notes at the moment, you're welcome to go to stormlily.com/225 for episode 225, and I'll have these questions on the website for you. Okay. All right. Question number 2. Do I align with the actual coach? Okay. I know, again, these things are some of these will be subjective, and this is one of those. And it matters greatly. I'm not the only coach in the equine business space, 100%. Quick interruption, but we'll be back soon. You've heard me mention Take the Reins, my one-on-one coaching program for passion-driven equine entrepreneurs who want a clear marketing strategy that goes beyond chasing trends on social media. Well, I wanted you to hear what happened for one horse business owner after joining. Her name is Amy, and here's what she said. Because what I do in the equine industry is so unique, it was very hard for me to succinctly communicate that. That's why I decided to get the support and expertise I needed so I could communicate it better from a marketing perspective. Having that clarity of my mission and my vision about my business has completely changed the marketing that I do, how I show up for my customers and my clients, and it helps shape my day-to-day because it's keeping me on the correct path of truly what my why is for my business. The clarity I gained from Take the Reins has helped me go deeper and focus on what my mission and vision is to truly grow my business. Now, the focus of my time and my energy and even my finances is going to the correct things. How good is that? That's what happens when you get outside eyes on your business, strategy from someone who gets the unique nuance of marketing in the horse world, and a personalized process that's focused on your version of success. Amy was just like you, a podcast listener. Before we even connected in a coaching capacity, she listened to the podcast and she took action from what she heard and the resources she downloaded. So if you are ready to go beyond DIY like Amy and you feel like a clear marketing strategy is the missing piece that's keeping you stuck, visit stormlily.com/reins to apply for Take the Reins today. I'll be in touch personally after you apply. But I may be the only coach for some of you, right? You may look at your other options and say, there's just something about that one. I don't align with that, the way they present themselves, the way they teach. It's just not for me. I need to go more practical. I need someone who's hands-on. I need somebody who understands my element of business. It may be that as you evaluate, you actually may say, you know what? I'll be honest. You may say, Denise is not for me because I need someone who's actually done the exact business that I have. Now, we're going to talk about that in a second. I don't believe that's always a requirement for coaching, but sometimes that is what attracts us or repels us, is that feeling of they don't understand my actual business. But it also may be just a personality difference. Do you align with them in their personality? Because the truth is, especially with one-on-one coaching, you and I are meeting twice a month for 60 minutes on Zoom. And if you don't like my personality, then you are not going to enjoy coaching with me. And so I want you to evaluate that as you are looking at coaching programs. Do you actually think you would enjoy being on a call with that person? Now, could you picture learning from them for 6 months and still enjoy that? I mean, the blessing that I've experienced is that so many of my clients have become people that I love to spend time with. And I literally have a note in my phone called clients I want to go riding with. And I promise I have that because I want to actually go live some life with them and go on a trail ride with them or whatever, ride in their arena because I enjoy them. And I hope that they feel the same way. And I believe that they do, the ones that I'm thinking of, because they've told me, right? Now, that doesn't mean you need to agree with every opinion that your coach has. That is not the point here. But I do think it means that you don't walk away from the calls feeling exhausted or depleted, but instead you feel energized from being with that coach. That, I think, is so very important when you think about alignment. So I want you to look at communication styles, personalities, values, the pace of life that they live. Is that the pace of life that you're trying to accomplish, right? Because if you've got somebody that is just hustle, 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 and you're saying, look, that's how I want to be in this season, then I'm probably not for you. Do I believe there's a season for hustle? Yes. And I want to coach you in that. But I don't believe that it's sustainable to be in hustle mode 24/7, 365. And so those are the important things to look at as you evaluate coaching programs is what do they believe about that, the pace of life and noticing capacity. What about the industry as a whole? Now, this is an interesting one because I am in the equine industry. And so I understand horse businesses in a unique way than if you just go hire a coach outside of the industry. And I've had multiple clients tell me that was one of the reasons they came in. They appreciated how I teach on a practical level and how I support my clients. And they appreciated that they could skip over the part where they have to explain so many nuances of the horse world. And truly, it allows me to challenge my clients to remind them we want to speak as a human to a human. I had a call yesterday with clients and we talked about that. And it is so easy to write our vernacular and our marketing copy that doesn't sound like a horse person. And especially those of you who are using AI, I want you to hear this. And so, as a fellow horse person, I can look at that and say, look, I can tell that is not from a human. That's not, let me say it better. This is not from a human who gets horses and gets horse people. And so you are dampening the messaging and you are minimizing the effectiveness of your marketing when you do that. But a coach outside of the horse world is not likely to be able to name that to you. So I do believe that is an important piece. And I will honestly tell you, I have hired coaches that were outside the equine industry. And so I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying be aware. And is that what you need right now? Okay. I lost my thought because I got excited about that one. Sorry, friends. Okay, so what does that look like? I've kind of answered that for you in terms of take the reins, right? And the alignment with me as a coach. I do, like I said, I exclusively coach equine businesses, so I am in it all of the time. And so I understand that piece, but like I said, you guys here on the podcast, the beautiful thing about a podcast is you get a feel for me and my personality and how I would teach you and how I would coach you and what my heart is. One of the best compliments was recently I received an application for Take the Reins and they listened to the podcast and said, they could tell that I come from a place of service and that I look at my business as an opportunity to serve the equine industry. And they see that as well for their business. And so we're already aligned in our hearts and our mission. And so I love that. So the great thing about this podcast is you can get a feel for if you think you and I would be a good fit together. All right, number 3, the next question I want you to ask as you are evaluating hiring a business coach for your equine business is what kind of access will you have to that coach in the program? This is such an important question that I learned the hard way because I invested in a coaching program and nowhere in this program, it was listed as a group program. So I knew I wasn't going to be on one-on-one calls with this coach. But I did understand it to mean that she was going to be inside of the group and providing coaching. But that is not what happened. I invested in the program. We got in there. And then the onboarding, that was from a program coach that she had hired. The one-on-one calls, so we had 2 one-on-one calls. That was with a program coach, not with the actual coach that's the face of the business. The group coaching, like I can't tell you how much of that program was actually a curriculum created by the coach, and then the implementation was the program coach. And now I will say she solved a clear problem with that. She had a clear program promise, and the program did honor the problem. Like it did honor the solution that she said she would have. So I stayed in the program and I did get benefits from it, a lot. But I did feel a little bit bait and switch about it. Now, on the flip side, last year I purchased another program. I told you I'm a learner. I want to learn and I want to do that so I can help my clients as well. So I'm always learning so that I can learn and bring it back to my clients. So last year I purchased a program and she was very clear about when it would be her and when it would be her support coach. And that has been true. And she's been very active and engaged in the community. When I have questions, I am interacting with her one-on-one. And when I interact with a support coach, I feel very good about it because I feel like I'm getting what I expected, right? So, really, the question is not that it's right or wrong if you have access to a one on one coach or if they have a team that's helping you, or if you don't have access because they sold you a program, called it a coaching program, but actually it's just a course, which happens as well. There's really not a right or wrong. It's just you need to know what kind of access you need in order to be successful in that season of business that you are in. There are some times where we need just the information and we can DIY it, and that is no problem. There are some times we actually need a little bit more support. There are times that we need a community that we are learning with, and there are times that we need nobody else but that one coach giving us personalized support in a one-on-one coaching capacity. There's not a right or wrong. The important thing is that you stop and ask yourself that question so that you're very clear on the access that you will have, the support that you will have, and what you need in this season of life. Okay. So consider if you're going to get feedback on things from this coach. Consider if you'll be able to reach out and ask questions at any time, or if that's only on a call. Okay, those are things I want you to think about. Consider the support in terms of, are they giving you templates and resources to implement what you are learning from the coach? All right, I want you to ask yourself those questions as you evaluate hiring a business coach. Now, I will tell you specifically for Take the Reins, what that looks like is I don't have any program coaches right now. I'm not saying I never will have. I think that would be a fun thing to build a team someday. But right now, I love being the one person working solely with my clients. And so it is you and it is me. And we get together on Zoom twice a month for a 60-minute coaching call. I take you through the framework, which we'll talk about in the next question. And then throughout the time between our calls, you have access to me when you are a one-on-one coaching client. So you can email me your specific questions. You can send me videos and ask for feedback. You can send me voice messages through an app that we use. I am here to support you. I create templates so that you aren't starting from scratch. I learned this because I hired a coach. I didn't ask a lot of these questions. These are questions, you guys, that are born from my experience. And I worked with a one-on-one coach that she was great. What I didn't realize is how much she was really just there for that 60-minute call. And then, yes, I had support throughout the month if I needed a question, but there were no resources and templates for me to pull from. So, for example, I would be on a call with her and she would say, okay, I want you to go and evaluate your offers and consider these 3 elements. And then I'm starting from scratch. So I had to go to Google Sheets, and thankfully I can and do enjoy this, but a resource would have been helpful. I went to Google Sheets and had to create a spreadsheet to evaluate my offers and then send it to her. For every homework, essentially, that I was given, I felt like I was starting from scratch. And so therefore, with Take the Reins, I never want my clients to feel that way. So I will give you a content planner for your social media. We will create a Measure What Matters dashboard that you will update every month. And that is personalized to you, your business, and your goals. I could name so many. I have a variety of templates I've created through the years to help you, my clients, to be able to have what you need and not be starting from scratch. And so that's what it looks like inside Take the Reins in terms of support. All right, friends. Last question I want you to consider as you are thinking of hiring a business coach for your equine business. Does this program have a framework or a roadmap to guide your time together? Now, again, this question is born from my experience and on both sides. From my experience of investing in a one-on-one coach who would start every call with, what do you want to work on today? And I would be like, I actually told you my goals and I need you to tell me what I need to work on right now, right? And so definitely, I definitely want to build in flexibility with my coaching program to address the problems clients have. But I found out real quick the benefit of having a roadmap or a framework to work from. And so honestly, with Take the Reins, I will show you. I have a saddle up and go framework that I show everybody. It's the visual of it and the steps that we follow to create clear messaging and marketing in a cohesive strategy for your email, your social media, your website, all of the marketing mediums that you are in. And we go through a framework in that for that reason, because I wanted my clients to know I was guiding them. And I've had multiple clients tell me that was the reason they joined Take the Reins instead of another one-on-one coaching option that they had, because they wanted someone that was actually taking them through a process. They were coming and saying, I don't know, I don't want to guide the time. I want you to guide me and then be able to bring my questions. And so that's an important piece to me. But it may not be for you. Maybe you want to work with someone who just says, what do you want to work on today? That's why I put that in here as a question for you to consider, because it's an important piece so that you don't start that program and then you're disappointed because you thought you were hiring a coach who was going to take you from point A to point B and show you what they have learned along the way. And really they were saying, hey, we're going to hang out at point A, and when you're ready to go to point B or point C or wherever, you just tell me and we'll go there. Again, one is not right or wrong, you guys. I promise I don't believe that. I'm just telling you, ask yourself that question before you invest and hire somebody. Okay. So again, I've explained to you a bit the answer of that question for Take the Reins is truly that I guide you through the framework. Once we get beyond the marketing piece and go deeper into systems and things like that, I have another framework that I call the farm framework that goes even deeper into systems and sales systems and self-management and things like that. Because as we build and grow together, we can go deeper in that process. And so again, that's what we do and Take the Reins. Okay. So I want you to know and have that information, because what I've learned is my clients are coming to me because they're tired of guessing where to go next, right? And they're saying, hey, can you show me what's that next step? Where do we need to go? Here's where I want to be. And so that is an important piece. Okay, guys, those are 4 questions that I have learned through my experience as a coach and as a client that I think are crucial to answer before you hire a business coach. And so if you've listened this far, then I'm guessing you've been considering coaching. And so my hope is that this episode gives you some specific things to consider, whether it's with me or somebody else as you hire a business coach. But if you were listening and thinking, okay, I think I know now, Take the Reins, that's what I've been looking for, then I would love to invite you to come in and learn more. Okay. 6 months together. That's what Take the Reins is. And so it's a one-on-one coaching experience designed specifically for equine entrepreneurs like yourself, those who are ready to stop piecing together random marketing advice and doing it completely DIY and hoping the spaghetti sticks to the wall. And you're ready to really build a marketing strategy that will attract the right clients consistently. We create a customized marketing plan together that is cohesive, and I help you implement it. Okay. It is done with you. Like I said, I'm not just saying take it and go have fun. I'm saying take it, build some social media posts and come back. Let's evaluate that together. Let's create this content planner so you feel really good about the system in place. Okay. That's what we do inside Take the Reins. And I would love to invite you in. Applications are currently open. You may learn more and apply at stormlily.com/reins. And as you go there and you click apply and fill that out, you will personally hear from me afterwards so we can get together on a Zoom call. It is not a pressure call. Let me just tell you up front. I am truly there to get to know you, to hear about your business, and to help you determine if one-on-one coaching is the right next step for you. And I promise you, most of those calls, you walk away with homework, whether you sign on as a client or not, because my heart is to help. So please know my heart is truly to get on there and help you determine what's the right next step for you. And if it's coaching, we go that way. And if it's something else, then I promise to be honest and tell you that as well. So again, that's stormlily.com/reins. You guys, I am so grateful for you. I'm so grateful you are here on this podcast. I am grateful that you are taking seriously the opportunity to invest in yourself and to invest in your business. And so I am cheering for you. I am here for you. And of course, continue to stay here, subscribe, and stay tuned because I've got more new episodes and new friends to introduce you to in the coming weeks. Have an amazing day.